Niggas want women who listen. We don't want you to obey. We want you to listen. If I say duck, I don't want you to say why, because now you got shot. We in the hospital. Bitch, I said duck.
All right, what's up, YouTube? My name is Anthony Simmons, and if you're watching this channel right now, then you already know what it is. It's Higher Heights, the only channel that stands for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if you seen the title and you seen the thumbnail, then you already know what it is for today. And we're gonna get into this topic fairly quickly. And I need everybody to chime in, especially you opinionated women. And I need the alphas to chime in, the alpha men to chime in, the leader men to chime in, the ones who stand for what a man really is to chime in on this topic, because it's gonna get really interesting. I'm gonna be giving y'all reasons today that an opinionated woman who talks too much will never be a wife. She deserves to be single so she can have an opinion. I know it. Stop. Don't come for me just yet, because we got to get into the discussion. Listen, if you're a fan of this channel already, I want to let you know how much I appreciate you. The numbers are going up daily and people are chiming in, because we know this is a faith-based channel, which means everything comes back to the faith and my stance and what I believe in. And you love watching this channel, you enjoy the content, I want you to keep tuning in. I want you to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, let me let you know what you can do to the channel. I need you to hit that like button, get them likes up, hit the subscribe button, don't forget to do that, and then hit the notification bell, because you definitely don't want to miss when I'm dropping content like this. With no further ado, let's get to what you clicked the thumbnail for. The truth is never easy to take, and in order for us to progress and grow in life, the number one thing that we all must do is face truth. And we never want to hear the truth, and it's not what you want to hear. Sometimes it's what you need to hear. Most of the times it's what you need to hear, and it's how you process what you needed to hear is whether or not you're going to be able to take it and grow from it and move on, whether good or bad. How we process the truth that we hear is actually determines how we grow in life. Now, with that being said, I said that opinionated women, or a woman who talks too much rather than listens, rather than intake and process, will never be a good wife. She's not meant to make a good wife. You understand what I'm saying? A woman who's always trying to get across her points, or always wanting to hear what she wants to hear. Men are the hunters. We are the pursuers. We see what we want and we attack it in a certain manner. We are supposed to be by nature the aggressor of seeing what we want. Now, but the woman is the ultimate decider on whether or not she's going to give herself to you, whether or not she's going to submit herself to you. Now, if you follow any of my channel, then you understand my definition of what submission is. Submission is not meaning that you're a slave. Submission is not meaning that you it's a dictatorship. But submission means this: I have seen something in you. I have seen something that I identify as quality or something worthy of following. So I will submit myself under your governorship. I will submit myself under your government and leadership, right? Okay, so what I mean by that is this. When I go out, if I wanted a job right now and I was going to select a company and I selected this certain company, they didn't come knock on my door and say, hey, do you want a job? Jobs don't recruit by knocking on people's doors and saying, come get a job. Now, they have promotions and stuff like that, but there's advertisement for you to make a decision and you to see what they're offering. So I look at these promotions and I look in online and I see these jobs and they're offering this, and this is how much they pay, and here's the benefits, and this is the escalation level and how we elevate people within the company. And I say, wow, I like that company. I like that company. Now, that company's being aggressive. It's advertising who it is. It's being successful. It's growing. It's already an established business. And I say, hey, I would like to work for this company. So the company asks me what? Automatically, I have to submit a resume. I have to submit an application, right? There's that word, submit. So by me submitting this application with all of my information and giving them over personal information about me, social security number, identification, who I am, my work history and everything, this is me saying I'm willfully submitting myself for your background check. I'm willfully submitting myself for consideration for employment at your company, right? This is me choosing this. So the problem I have with women is they don't understand this. By me submitting myself to this company, that means their rules, their regulations, their guidelines, their standard come before any of my opinions. Any of my opinions don't matter to the overall opinions. Now, you have to realize that means I don't get to come in here and start changing up policy, changing up their code of conduct, changing up the way they've been moving. After all, they're the successful company that has the ability to hire me. So they don't need my opinion. Now, you have some companies that have a suggestion box and they listen to you to a certain degree, but the ultimate decision comes down to the people who have established this order and to the leadership in that company. Now, with that being said, it's the same way with women. Women, if a man pursues you, he gets your number, y'all are in the courtship stages and all of those things, you decided to go out with him, you decided maybe you're going to take this thing a little bit further. What we have to realize is the moment you choose to submit yourself to this man's leadership because you've seen qualities in him that you obviously like. And remember, you have the criteria and of what you say your standard is. So this is what I say. Nobody puts a gun to your head to make you choose these men. These are the men that you're choosing. So you choose this man. You see what he does. You see how he walks. You see his skills. You see what he has to offer and his shortcomings. So why, when you get into these relationships, your primary goal is to try to mold this man into who you think he should be? You had your decision to see his potential and who he could be and what he was when you saw him. Now, granted, guess what? If you meet somebody at 20, they're not going to be the same person at 20 as they're going to be at 30, 25, 30, 35, and so on and so forth, because this life is about progression. And so what I'm saying is, what women do have to have the foresight is to see the potential for growth. And if you see the potential for growth, that means that you say, hey, I'm not going to dictate how this man grows or dictate what this man does, but I'm willing to grow with this man and see where it goes. But here's the problem I see with women. They get into relationships with these guys and they're too opinionated. They're too freaking opinionated. And a lot of women say they get into relationship with guys and they don't talk. Oh, they don't like to talk. They don't like communicators. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of guys aren't guys of many words because they shield and cover themselves from overall expressing a lot of their emotion and feeling because they're trying to cover and protect themselves. A lot of men aren't going to open up unless they feel safe to open it up. And a lot of women will, I'm making it safe. I want him to talk to me. Listen, the enemy wants you to talk to them. See, what I'm saying, to make a person feel secure, you don't know how long that may take. You don't know what it may take to make. So your primary goal should be able to be trying to see how can I make him feel safe, not forcing yourself upon him to communicate, first of all.
Learn how to make your man like you and desire what you want, which is love. All right. Equate how you feel about your vagina to how we feel about our time and our space. You understand? What we have to do to get pussy, the things we have to do. Now, I can't fuck you against your will. You got a desire to want to fuck me. If I fuck you against your will, that's rape. Now, if I'm on the phone and I say, look, I gotta go, and you say, well, you gotta go, I want to talk to you some more, you are raping my time. Why are you forcing me to stay on the phone and talk to you about nothing?
You don't ever force yourself upon a man to make him communicate, because that's only going to make him draw back more because he doesn't trust you, obviously. If a man trusts you, ladies, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. When a man trusts you, he will open up to you. A lot of ladies like to pour out because they're emotional creatures. They pour out to a lot of people. They're open about their emotions in a lot of situations that men have to be quiet and reserved because they need to protect themselves from the enemy or protect themselves from attacks. So a lot of men aren't as open with their emotions as possible. And some men are men of few words. But the important thing is, no matter how many or how few words your man says, how well do you listen?
We just want women who listen. We don't want you to obey. We want you to listen.
How well do you listen to instruction? How well do you listen to leadership? How well do you accept how this man feels in this situation? So you don't open up and let somebody talk just to only attack them or to hear what you want to hear or to process some and not process the other. If you have a woman who does not process information right, who does not clearly understand or comprehend beyond the realm of her motive or whatever point she's trying to prove, she's not going to make you a good woman. Men, listen to me. She's not going to make you a good woman because she has an agenda and an objective. She has an agenda and an objective that she constantly is trying to promote within that relationship that is going to cause you guys to clash. Now, what y'all have to understand about leadership is this. Leadership is just that. Leadership is just that. You have to respect the authority of that position, because while it comes with a lot of leeway and privilege, it also comes with a burden of responsibility to be that leader, right? It comes with a burden of responsibility to be that leader. That when you assume choosing this man and submit yourself to him, you are now giving up your right in that role. Not saying that you're a slave, not saying that you should take abuse or anything like that. But what I'm telling you is, when you saw that man, you made the choice to say you wanted to follow him. So how well you listen is going to, and process what he's saying in the way that he's trying to get it across, is going to determine how successful that relationship.
When a woman is broken, she can destroy everyone around her by what she says. And for a woman, silence is hers. And when a woman has learned to be silent, doesn't mean to be silenced. I'm silent because I'm watching. I'm silent because I'm observing. I'm silent because I'm waiting for the opportunity to speak.
An opinionated woman will never make a good wife.